Have you used any form of AI in your real estate business in the last 24 hours? Let me see a yes or no. So any form of AI. There we go. Yeah, lighten it up. Excellent. Excellent, right? So AI can mean a number of things, right? We have artificial intelligence built into our CRM. So there's a robot called Raya, or not a robot, it's a robot. No, it's not a robot. It is a computerized algorithm that's analyzing conversations via text or email and responding to them based upon billions and billions of already preset, conversation, I don't know, responses, I guess is the best way to say it. That's one form of AI. There's so many other ways to utilize this. Today, we're going to focus on making sure that you can simplify it. And what I want you to think about when we think about AI is that you've got a full-time assistant that you don't have to pay anything for, that doesn't call off sick, that doesn't get tired, that can do all kind of amazing things for you. But what we found is you have to know how to use it. You have to know how to ask it to do the right things. And now with it accelerating so quickly, there's all these different additions to it that we can utilize as well. I'm going to go real simple. I'm not going to go simple. I'm going to go mid-simple today. And then we're going to prove some things here to make sure that you know how to use it. And then just be careful that you don't go down the rabbit hole on this thing and you lose 6 hours of productivity today playing around with ChatGPT, right? There's two sides of this. It's a powerful tool, and then also you can get lost, right? So I'm going to try to make sure you're utilizing this on a weekly basis, you're building it into a cadence, and you're on the cutting edge of technology so that you can work smarter, not harder. So here's some interesting facts. Right now, only 14% of US adults have even tried ChatGPT, okay? Now, that's a staggering amount if you really think about it, right? 14% of US adults have only tried ChatGPT. So as we talked about, what is it? Machine learning, it's a system that can help you refine written content for your emails, social media, blogs, and handwritten notes. And then, of course, what it really can do is when you take it to the advanced versions, it can, one day it's going to be able to make this presentation. It can create visuals. If you want a marketing piece that says, I want me making out with a kitten under a bridge, it can make you that image in less than 5 seconds. I don't know why you would want that image, but maybe you would, right? So think about this. You have a marketing director in your pocket all the time. You have this person all of the time, this not person, but this technology all the time that's leveraged to help you be able to succeed, okay? So let's jump into it. First, also wanted to make sure people realized, there I was the wrong way, right? It took Facebook 4 years to reach 100 million users. It took ChatGPT 2 months. So think about the adoption rate of this technology, right? Of how quickly this is happening and then how fast it's going to be evolving because it gets smarter every day, right? And I know a lot of you heard about it. You're probably talking about it over the holidays with your whoever, right? How do we use it for real estate, okay? Now, we know from doing the research, businesses that use AI see an increase of 10 to 20% in the first 365 days. So I don't know about you, but I'd love to have a 20% increase in my business by just making sure I understand how to leverage this tool. All right, so what can it do? Well, it can draft marketing emails, it can write listing descriptions, it can outline marketing videos, create blog content in your website copy, generate prospecting conversations, write social media posts and captions, and calculate mortgage payments. And that's just scratching the surface, right? I mean, that's barely even scratching the surface. So how do we start, right? How do we get going with this? How do we start to make sure that we're utilizing it? Well, for some of you, I know you're probably going, man, I'm already like level 5 on this. Congrats. Maybe there's a few things that you don't know and we'll talk about it. For the rest of us, right, when we're looking at this, it's the simple cadence of where does this fit into the rhythm of how I use the technology? Now, I want to be very honest. Some of us on here, we're not even using our CRM daily. Some of us on here don't have a website, not utilizing technology to do certain things. So we've got to make sure that we're really starting to look at our tech stack and going, okay, what do I have that should be kind of standard? And what am I adding on and going to be able to implement in 2024? And then here's the thing I want you to write down. Where does it live in my weekly schedule? Okay. That's the piece that we've got to nail down. You want to have a 46 touch program. You want to plus, whatever it is. You want to be able to do all these things. You want to improve your social media content game, and you want to get more eyes on you, because here's the fact, everyone. We are influencers, whether we like it or not. I used to make fun of that word all of the time, right? And some of you have seen influencers in the wild. It's one of my favorite memes. But when we look at this, our ability to influence our audience on the fact that we are real estate professionals is going to help define how much money we make in this business, how much success we have in this business. Now, if you're like me, it's hard for me to write content all the time. Again, I'm not the most, I didn't get my, English major degree or any of those things. So this technology helping me be able to write newsletters, content, marketing material, so many other pieces of this gives me leverage, but I got to have it in my schedule. I've got to have it planned and ready to rock. Okay. So when you think about your calendar this year, people hear me say this a lot. Do you have a $50,000 a year calendar, or do you have $1 million a year calendar? Okay. These rhythm of pieces is what's going to separate that. So let's talk about it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a step-by-step action plan. Okay. Now, in creating an action plan, our goal for this is to get you used to using the tech. Then the challenge is, are you going to do it weekly? And then the challenge also is, there's things that you're going to have to get comfortable with that maybe you weren't comfortable with before. And that's the challenge here. Now, I used ChatGPT this morning. I've been using it almost daily for probably, 2 to 3 weeks now. Because I had to force myself into it. I played around with it when it first came out, this and that. Now I feel like I couldn't really live without it. And that's scary that that's happened in such a short period of time. Anna, right? You use it, multiple times throughout the day, correct?
Yeah, I don't think we put out a piece of content without running it through ChatGPT, not because we're not confident in our skills in the marketing department, but because sometimes that one extra little word that they thought of that I didn't can make all the difference in a social media post or how we're framing a new landing page that we're building for the website. So it's been absolutely invaluable.
Yeah. And just from a research standpoint, think about what we're going to talk about today. And when we give you some of these prompts, when we talk about these prompts, you have the smartest person on earth in your computer sitting there in your pocket that makes Google or Bing look like a toddler comparatively to what it can do. But you have to this was a funny thing. Do you remember the first time you used Google? Think how crazy that is. I was thinking about that the other day, like the fact that, and Google, and just so everyone knows, it is not as old of a technology as you think it is, right? So then it became like you Google everything. Soon that's all going to change, right? That's all going to change. So here's how we're going to make this come together for our power play this week. Number one, set up a ChatGPT account if you haven't done so already. It's free. There's no reason on earth you won't want to do this. Also, making sure that you have the ChatGPT app, also free on your phone. So you have it on your phone and on your desktop is the step one. So please make sure you do that. If you already go, look, I'm using Otter AI or blah, 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 or whatever it is, cool, I get it. As long as you have some sort of version of this, I still think you would want to go down this road anyway, because ChatGPT is original. And then there's add-ons that we're going to talk about that can do a lot more things. Okay. But first of all, get the account. So now let's talk about prompts. All right. So when we're talking about prompts, there's a lot of prompts, and you can Google best real estate prompts for ChatGPT. We've done a lot of this research ahead of time. But you got to start thinking about it as whatever I ask this my personal assistant to do. And I want you to think about it like that. This is your personal copywriter, your personal social media writer, your personal assistant to do even like Anna said, to just check your work to make sure that you don't put something in stupid. And here's something that I use it for. Let me go back here. Here's something that I use it for. When I borrow other people's great post and content, I don't want to plagiarize them 1000%. I will see an amazing post, put it into ChatGPT, and I'll say, ChatGPT, rewrite this post in an original version so that I can use for my social media. It's amazing, right? So I can now utilize this. Now when Sally from whatever company posts something cool and did all of this stuff, I can still take that, utilize it, but I'm not going to sit there and take an hour and a half to rewrite it. So it can do a lot of great things, right? So think about these prompts. So give me specific reasons why I should move to XY city and state. So think about that prompt as you're starting to build out your social media. If you're building out your social media and you're wanting to dominate a farm or wanting to dominate a certain area, that's a basic one. Me and Anna, we went through about 1 million of these right now. You can go really deep on this. And once it starts to give you back things, you're talking to it like it's your assistant. You can go deeper. So it'll give you back a response and go, I like point 3, I like point 4. Can you go deeper on point 4 and give me at least 5 more bullet points on point 4?
What I love about
yeah.
What I love about prompt 1 too, Brendan, is that there is endless content in just prompt 1. You could schedule yourself once a week, every week, for weeks on end, talking about the different neighborhoods, the different zip codes, the different townships that you help serve just in that single chat alone, and then schedule it in your calendar, and then you continue or start to position yourself as a neighborhood expert.
Right. Yeah. So in looking at this, right, it's all about learning the tech, learning the prompts, and learning the way to have these conversations. So as we move forward with this, we're going to have these prompts that you can utilize, or of course you can utilize your own prompts. You're going to copy and paste these in, or whatever you want to do. The second piece, as we try to utilize this to really help leverage our social media. Now, you could use this for your newsletter. You could use this for your direct mail campaign. For this week to just get it moving. And a lot of you, I'm on your social media. I don't see squat. No offense. Again, now the rate to stay relevant, as you can see with threads and reels and stories and YouTube and all of this, to stay relevant, especially for the people that know you, like you, and that are in your world on your social media, we've got to be giving them enough to go, hey, I'm here. Don't forget, I'm amazing. Send me your referrals and all of your real estate business, right? That's what we're really trying to work in here. And at times we need to deliver value. That's what this helps deliver is value. You videoing yourself showing a house, that's fantastic. Don't stop doing that. You videoing you at such and such or whatever, you're with the kids or you're trying some new sushi. People love all of that as well. But then we need the reminder of going, I'm in real estate and I want to drop some value on you. Well, how can I drop original value content unless you're going to spend the time to go write it or you're going to plagiarize it from someone else, right? So step 3, now we've got the written content. Now we've got to get the visuals to match. So of course there's free versions of this, right? Canva, Unsplash, Pixlr, Picsart. If you want to go and you can get all these versions so you're not going to get in trouble. I used to, right, Anna, just go to Google, rip things off of Google, and then I got like a ransom email saying that I stole somebody's image and that they want $790 from me, otherwise they're going to sue me and all of this. These, you got to make sure that you're getting the images that are free and that you're allowed to use so you don't get into copyright issues. Now, the pro tip in ChatGPT, you can enhance ChatGPT for $20 a month, and that's going to give you Dolly, or I don't know if that's how you say it, but I believe it is. So Dolly for $20. This is where I was talking about the image of the kitten and doing whatever, right? If you wanted to have the weirdest things combining and picturing it, you can do anything you want, or you could go, Hey, Dolly, I would like you to create an image of me in front of a luxury house with a for sale sign in the house, or a for sale sign, and then I want a sold label over it, and I want the post to read, or the caption to read, I sell luxury houses quickly. Believe me, I know that's not right, but you see what I'm saying? And it will make that image for you in seconds. Then you can tell it, refine it, and go back through it. So the more original you are, the more you capture people's attention, the more relevant you're going to stay, right? And that's a big piece of this. So then step 4 of this is you're going to copy and paste the content provided from ChatGPT, post it along with the image you selected on your social media channel of choice, whether that's Instagram, Facebook, if you want to do a story, a reel, or whatever it is, it's totally up to you, right? But now you're going to drop this information. You're going to have an image, and you can see how Anna did this one in real time, and it was about the paint colors that are best for resale. I love that one, right, Anna? Like for anyone, if you're trying to send out something for selling, like I would want to know what are the best colors, because maybe it's the first of the year and I'm thinking about repainting a room. But if I saw Anna's post, maybe it causes me pause, because I'm going, you know what? We really wanted to paint the room deep purple, and perhaps that's not the best overall color for resale. Wow, Anna, thanks for that information. That was value to me, right? That's value to me. Now, we also saw some of the prompts in there. Does it make more sense to rent versus buying? You can get the right images for that. All of these things that we're just trying to get out to the world on a consistent basis to capture their attention. And then you can add to any of these, DM me or message me for details. Message me if you have any more questions, whatever it might be. Now, I will give you some pretense on this. One of the things that it cannot do at the highest level right now is provide direct market reports, because it doesn't know the statistics in real time. So you can't be like, I would like to have a market report for Aurora, Colorado that shows how many pendings, listings, and closed there were in the last 90 days. Now, some of you can try it. It may do it. When I've tried to do this multiple times, it can't. It'll write the whole thing up beautifully and then just tell you to plug in the numbers. And then you can still plug in the numbers, look like a ninja, like you're like the market forecaster of the world, but it just puts it in preset already writing. You just have to put the data points in. I'm sure soon it will know the data. So have fun with this. Get really, comfortable with, exploring through it, and make sure that, yeah, you understand how to leverage it. So Anna, in doing this, you played around with a few of these other posts. What were some of the other things that you discovered as you went through it?
Yeah, I think one of the things that I want to kind of remind people is a pro tip, especially for those that are comfortable on social media. Maybe you've got a little bit of foundation in your ChatGPT experience. A lot of those image sites also include video, right? So you can level up this post with a video of someone painting a room and still having that ChatGPT caption on your social media. So I wanted to kind of give that as a pro tip. You can certainly do static images. You can also do a picture of yourself. I know several of you do kind of these like little reels when you're going through a home, or you've got a photographer that did really nice portraiture. Put yourself in it. People love photos of other people rather than stagnant images. So there's a lot of ways to level up this power play and truly make it something that's customizable to your voice, your look, and your brand in the business. Now, as Brendan mentioned, when I'm playing around with this, doing a lot of the research, it forces you to get clear in your communication. ChatGPT will only deliver what you provide to it. So what I kind of liked about it is it made you really think and get clear on, what am I asking the system to do? What is the end result that I'm looking for? And then you can kind of write that prompt to help give you the best results. So that was kind of the pro tip number 2 that I had. And I think the last thing in this ChatGPT is, it's like any skill. No one's naturally good at it. You just have to practice. So if there's ever a question you're asking, throw it in ChatGPT and start to learn what the system can do for you. You're only going to get better when you build that muscle day over day and week over week.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, and to that point, we haven't even dabbed into the part of, if you're like me and you struggle with writing property descriptions, that's a thing of the past. I mean, now when you prompt this property and you say, I have a luxury home in Denver, Colorado that has this feature, and this feature. Please write me a 2-paragraph property description that'll help it to sell for the fastest in the fastest amount of time for the highest amount of money. It'll type your whole property description for you in seconds, right? I mean, it's that smart, it's that powerful, but you just have to figure out how to start building it into the daily practice. So with that, right? Welcome to the future, right? This is just a little bit. Now, as you're already seeing, like Chris posting certain things in here, there is so many different additions that are coming out that we can utilize, right? So I mean, I know I can list off another 20 of them on this one. We'll post in our Facebook community some of the coolest other apps that we've found that are utilizing this. You probably already heard us talk about Otter AI and some of the things that it does. But again, all of these, certain things have a price, right? You're going to have a cost to do advanced things and have all of these special features. But ChatGPT itself is free, right? It is a free version. It can do a billion things that you can use for free, and then start building that muscle and then realize what you might need with the paid version, right? So Brett says, it helped an agent write a description the other day that English is her second language. Using ChatGPT, we took what she wrote, copied it into ChatGPT, and it improved her property description substantially in seconds. Just a few months ago, I would have to rewrite it for her. It's amazing, right? That is a great use of it. So here's what we're going to do, right? A couple of pro tips, right? As we go through this, you get what you ask for. We already talked about that. Be clear, be very clear, and then play around with it and keep playing around with it, right? If the first message that comes up when you use it, you're going, oh, well, that wasn't really what I was looking for. Don't blame the system. You're probably not asking the right question or the right series of prompts. So there's a lot to learning how to speak to the machine in the right way to get the results that you would like. Don't let perfection hold up progress, and then detach yourself from the outcome, right? We just got to get uncomfortable this year. I know a lot of us don't love social media. I know a lot of us don't like this or that. As I said, we've got to stay in front of people. Social media is our bus bench, our billboard, our shopping cart, our all of these ways to stay in front of our clients. But if we don't constantly keep it fresh, no one cares. No one cares at all.